chat. Here we are. Well, like, okay, literally, I wake up. I'm like, the vibes are coming in, and last night, oh boy, we had a live chat. Very interesting. If you're feeling guided, I feel this message will bounce off of that. But let's jump in regardless. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Welcome. We're going to chat a bit about Astro and a bit, this is a channel message space. So, whatever the guides want to sort of bring forward here into this space. This is a Pleiadian transmission. We're talking about the Lightwork Starseed community here as being querent, okay? The ones viewing this video. Let's jump in. So, what are we looking at? I'm getting right off the bat that obviously, you know, there are a lot of changes here happening, okay, with Venus, with Neptune and Jupiter all in Pisces. We're really doing so very much clearing, and a lot of realization is taking place. Now, the poles have shifted. I'm hearing it like this. When it comes to what we respect, what we show, also sort of value, what we show to hold value. I'm hearing that as well. Interesting. Like the things that we sort of hold a taste for are changing. In other words, as a collective, this is what I'm hearing, what I'm picking up on in person for myself. I know this to be quite true. In other words, we are kind of like detaching gradually from things that have not really fed us, nourished our soul and our spirit. Along with that comes a lot of detox, right? Symptoms from those people, places, things, and ultimately at the end of the day, entities and frequencies that we're not in the light, but still we're how do we say? For some of you, I'm hearing connecting to you, okay, in some way. So it's funny because I literally typed morning and the autocorrect and the title just chopped it up. Now here's what's going down. People are feeling sad. Yeah, no, they are. They're feeling not feeling what? Feeling sad. They're feeling sad. They're feeling for some of them are just embarrassed as well, you know. And these are people or places or things that are they're not in a good place, guys. Yeah, no, they're not. They're not in a good place because they haven't been. But they may have been sort of throat chakra subsisting, okay, but I'm hearing by way of let's get it oppressing others unknowingly. Now this is where we, as we awaken further, we detach from those conversations. Okay, yeah, those people, those places, those things, and now it's the moment where it's like the toddler, okay, in the shadow space, okay, is left to understand why it is that why we've walked away and we're no longer taking that conversation as one that's actually happening. Okay, yeah. In other words, like, okay, let's say that you're dealing with someone and you know that fully well, you know that they're not being honest with you, but they're still sort of they're getting something out of let's clear. You stepped out, okay, and these people, they're now realizing that they're gonna have to come into the light to interact with you. Throat chakra. Oh, let's get it, guys. This is very exciting, because it's not just like, I feel it's not just with friends and it's not just with family, it's also with like across the board, right? If we're talking energy is everywhere. It doesn't even matter if it's a matter of commerce, if you're buying something, you're in a store, you're in a shop, you know, you're interacting energetically. So there's this question now I feel that's coming up further and further from spirit, encouraging us to understand how we operate in this dimension, okay, in alignment with our core values. And if something, it's let's clear. If something is not at the right time as well, listen, it doesn't have to be that, it's not that I don't like that bag sitting in the window over there. All right, it's not that I don't like that, that one, conversation. It's the timing. And if you feel like, let's say someone is pushing you, okay, and it doesn't have to be that inherently that conversation or that thing is negative, but it's the way in which that space is held. I'm hearing in communion, you and that person, you have the right. And so we have to expose this, guys, because everywhere, and it will be different for where you find. Definitely look at these concepts coming up for you and where you really find your resurgence in this. Look at where you got Venus and Pisces. Now, for some of you, people are jealous as well. It's a whole mosh pot of the karma right now that's taking place. Oh, 444 on the clock, 44 people in the room, and 22 likes. By the way, thank you guys for hitting the like button. It really does help this message get out further to more people who need to further enlighten their spirit when it comes specifically to this concept. In this case, Spirit wants to talk more about consumerism, and I was watching a bit of whatever, if you feel guided, So the like, you don't have to. Spirit will do what it needs to do, of course, but yeah, just so you know, it actually does make an impact on yeah, how it gets out. So just know that, yeah, and you never know. You know, that one click that you just hit the like button with can actually connect this video to someone very particular, and you may have a soul contract with that person. Just a side note. So it's not random, you know. If you really sort of like content online as well, the energy that you give to that content is meaningful as well. But this is a protected channel space, so those of you are like, yeah, I'm gonna like turn into a fucking troll and I'm gonna DJ it out. DJ it out. Where's the dislike button at? Yeah, no, it's all good. I mean, we talked about this. Let's clear. Light workers are here, and we're talking real light workers are here on a mission to illuminate, and that's where the support is at. So yeah, this is just a side note, but Spirit wants you to know that you can also help connect this content to others by way of interacting with it. Okay, yeah, in that way. This is something that Spirit was giving as a message. Now let's clear. But again, no pressure. Always heed your intuition. If you don't want to like, you shouldn't like. Yeah, this is yeah. But for some reason, Spirit really wants that out. No, and people do connect here in this space. I've seen, and some people have come and like, wow, you know, it's like I met like my friend here on the chat, like, you know, or something of this sort, or and it happens all the time. I'm sure you guys realize, like, you know, even like one person commenting on someone's video that can be a channeled message even for you, and that's happened, yeah, before for myself even. So it's, yeah, take it as you will, guys. It's not sort of like random and just kind of like, yeah, but anyways, let's get back to it. In the sense of this is a video, but then, you know, the space around it, and you guys are also so much part of this journey. So yeah, Spirit again wants to bring that forth. Let's come throat chakra, yeah, and the way in which we interact here is also, yeah, this with a purpose and a meaning. So let's jump in further. What are we talking about? This is a lot of consumerism question here. Yeah, questioning consumerism, questioning why people just also don't question consumerism. That's part of why we need to, yeah, really start to conversate more about this. And I feel like this comes down in large part to, you know, so-called status quo. Like, why is it, okay, that, you know, and we have a responsibility, you guys, okay, yeah, and not just as light workers, but like, I feel like more as like light workers actually operating in society. So when I was in Boston, this was the last few days, I was like I felt very out of place, guys, okay, and I'm not gonna lie about that. I felt extremely out of place, felt very, very, very strange. It was starting to remind me even of when I was in Seoul, Korea, which I love dearly. I fucking love Seoul. I would live there if the air quality weren't so horrifying. And probably, I mean, I like that city so much that I would do with not speaking the language. I would try and, yeah, this is what that was, but to say it was that city in this context wise relevant. It was so hard to integrate in, and I felt very, very weird there. Now, this is strange and bizarre because I used to live in Boston. I lived there for like 4 years, guys. It was, yeah, and I fucking love that city. I went to college there. So there's, you know, this moment though where I realized, listen, I realized something is not, yeah, times have changed. And as you ascend, okay, you become kind of like a different so-called person. Less of a person though, and more of a spiritual, enlightened entity, we'll even say, right? You are here on a mission of light, right? So that changes sort of like your context and world. And this is a message apparently coming through from Spirit. Spirit really wants to illuminate this, okay? It's not random how you operate in society as a light worker. Now, I know this is maybe a little bit of a heavy message, and if you're heavy on your heels and it's like, I gotta go, it's like, I gotta do my, like, you know, my 9 to 5, it's like, I gotta be in my, in you know, in a certain, you know, context and community, like, you do what you need to do. But I feel this is a message for a very particular group of people, and every time we'll say this with the channeled messages, you really, you don't need to resonate with the message, okay? Yeah, because it's a channeled message. This is not a marketing space. We're not marketing the ideas. This is something that should click with your soul, and you should feel it, and it should feel right for you, and it should actually further you along in the process. It shouldn't be like, oh yeah, okay, it makes sense. Okay, like then I gotta. Yeah, no, it should be something that you are flowing with. Otherwise, it may be your message maybe at another point in time. So there's no pressure. If a message ever at any point is giving you like anxiousness, or you're feeling like it's uncomfortable, or you're like it gives you fear or worry or anxiousness. I'm hearing that again. Or you're not understanding the message and you're wondering how you're going to integrate this concept in conversation into your broad lifestyle. It's probably not your message, so don't worry. What I'm getting though from spirit here for a very particular group of people, okay, yeah, spirit wants you to start thinking so much more. I'm hearing in practice with your talents in terms of energy when it comes to concepts. I'm hearing of consumerism. Okay, so now this can be uncomfortable for everybody, right? Because on one level, I feel like it's a divergence point where we say, I'm a light worker and this is what I'm here for. And I don't want to, sort of like really hold the conversation, okay, in any capacity of where dark still remains. Like, I don't want to, pretend like I don't see this, just pull the wool over my eyes and say that it's not happening. But then on the same hand, it's like, but then are we still kind of part of the societal sort of conversation? Wait, so how does it kind of like connect or not connect? And this is very interesting because Mars is in Aquarius, and Mars just squared the nodes. It just conjuncted with Saturn as well, which too is in Aquarius. This is where we are reshaping and reformatting the way we observe society. Now, this is up to the alert, the light workers. This is for us to communicate more about, to make decisions on more appropriately as it comes to what our ideal is. So right now is really uncomfortable because we're in that point in time where it's like no one's talking about those things. We talked about this in another Astro Live chat where I said I went to the hairdresser and this lady was like completely fucking reptilian. She was not a compassionate throat chakra, honey. Okay, here we come. Yeah. No, she was not compassionate. Okay, yeah. And I don't care. It's like, doesn't matter who you are, what your so-called job is, you should always be compassionate. And if you're not able to be compassionate, you're in the wrong space, in the wrong place and time. And you need to find your story. Okay? Yeah. Why are you a hairdresser dealing with people in an intimate way if you're not a compassionate person? She was practically trying to break my hair. Now, let's call it, yes, exactly, Mimi, how to emerge. Now, yeah. So the question is more, how do we get these conversations to come forth more so? It's almost like, I mean, yeah, so no, that this needs to be a conversation. The way we can do so is to be pragmatically, I'm reminded when it comes to how we can actually bring our light working capabilities to surface in a more public way. I feel until this point, let's clear. Yeah, pragmatic in the sense of like also being open-minded and how we can actually make a change with this. And not only that, but also yeah, how it is that we want to see change happen, okay? Yeah, not just like, let's say in theory, but in practice, not just privately, but more openly. Okay, for some, yeah, like, more publicly. So, right now it's like, oh yeah, we're just doing tarot, like, on the YouTube community, and, it's just kind of limited to that. It's like, no, like, why are we not, like, also, like, holding these conversations in the standard to this point in public? Okay, yeah, and so, I think until this point, like lightworkers have really been at least the group of people have been heavily ascending have been actually shielded from society, and there is a reason for this. This is not random, okay? But now it's like I feel like we're getting ready to sort of reconstruct, and I'm hearing reconversate with the ideal of how we would like society to stand, because we do have the power to change it. Yes, we do, and just because there are these larger corporations and whatever and whatnot. This is a complete illusion that we don't have the power to change the conversation that's happening. Yeah, when it comes to who is running those businesses, right? Yeah, and why they're running those businesses, right? And where that money is going, and what the intention is behind that conversation. This is something that we have to, as a lightworker community, question and bring into conversation furthermore as part of our duty, right? Because yeah, I mean, and this is again, if it's not your message, that's perfectly fine, but this is definitely something that I feel spirit is going to bring forward more. You may start thinking about these things more down the line, especially as we have this North Node in Taurus. Everything that was not working, guys, in the broader light conversation is going to be crumbling, and that's the point. Okay, and that can also be the structures, okay, financially, especially you got, financially, oh yeah, okay, well, there's a lot more to that. Obviously, we're not talking about finances, we're talking about energy, Right? Yeah. What is this desire to dominate and be very greedy and weird? That's about, yeah, reptilian agenda. This is much broad. This is on a galactic conversation point. It's kind of scale, but it's not about. It's not either or. It's not just like, oh yeah, they're just money. It's about money. It's not. And let's go into our chakra, especially. I don't know why I'm zooming, but the spirit wanted that accented. Okay. Yeah, this is not about, okay, yeah, just like finances. Okay, this is also 1441 on the clock right there. This is also emotional. I'm hearing this, so maybe some of you, especially, it'll be double whammy. Those of you who are dealing in a space where there's emotion involved, and then also like somehow finances involved. Okay, basically what we're coming down to is the manipulative energies that from years ago, guys. Because, sometimes it's like, oh, well, it's just the way it is. Like, it's like, yeah, it's like Coca-Cola, the Coca-Cola, blah, 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 yeah, yeah, who are you? Yeah, what is it? It's not Coca-Cola, honey. Yeah, okay, who the fuck are you? Yeah, you guys, we gotta get down to this, and, interestingly, this is something that, I mean, before I started the channel, this is actually exactly what I wanted to get down to. And at that point, I was not really observing light work as like light work, but I knew I wanted to come down to this. Yeah. Calling out the, yeah, but anyways, okay. Now it's interesting because Spirit is bringing this back around, but now, right here. So the context here is not just what it is, we'll say. Okay, right. Economic and political and however, but energetic as well, an agenda, but also, yeah, in the context of what's going on spiritually, because it is very much intertwined. And so that's where I found myself having a very, very, very important turning point. When I visited Boston, I was like, wow. I mean, there were just so many instances where I saw this lurking reptilian frequency, but in places where people are sort of living their life out on a daily basis. It's not in businesses, not just one-on-one with people, because personally, having been kind of isolating myself, I go, out and about here in DC, but I've found places and really weaned out what is like worth the because how do we say this, a lot of energies here, wow, a lot of messages here. Yeah, again, so this is also something Spirit wanted to talk about, the fact that you don't have to spend money somewhere to kind of spend money somewhere. Again, because money is energy. It's not just like money. All right, you can be sitting in a cafe shop, yeah, and you're spending something there. So it's really a big question of like, as a light worker, having discernment, being discerning with where it is that you decide to give of your story, because you do make an impact and you do make a change, and to question, do I want to be here, or does this company want me to be here? And we're talking about thought forms. They don't have to be like into psychic work, and like, it's like, well, Nestle is not necessarily, doing like, yeah, magic. It's like, well, guys, it's about the intention. So yeah, let's clear it. Now, what do we want to say further? So, it is up to you to make these decisions. Now, personally for myself, I have found that it was, yeah, so I've already sort of like found a space that and I've checkmated certain businesses here in DC, and I reported to Spirit Live, hey, yeah, get your halo on these guys. They're not really doing you. They're acting like they're very much of the light, and they're not. So, and that's part of it. So if you do come across businesses or people who are in places, why we should never loathe certain experiences that we may have at times. It's not random that you're showing up at a certain place in time. You are connected to Spirit, and you ping conversation, you ping, okay, reflection points to Spirit to further give them to hold more light in terms of the karmic interaction. You're part of that storyline and part of that contract. So it's not random. It's not just like, oh yeah, they just stole my money. No, or no such thing. Okay, this is a conversation. You're part of that broader storyline. And if something was not of the light and it was manipulative and oppressive, then just know that in due time it will be returned. Okay, to sender, and it will also be returned to you what was so-called taken. And this holds for conversations from years ago, lifetimes ago, guys. Karma does not have a timeline. It's not like, oh shoot, they didn't get their karma within this timeline. Oh honey, this is the time of the season of the greatest moment of ascension for all of what has been held in a state of oppression and unknowingly, okay, where we say, oh yeah, we're over it, we made peace. No honey, this is when I'm hearing your brethren now take the reins of the karmic inverse. to that statement, and let's clear it. So how do we say this? Yeah, this is a moment where the point is that we are ascending. So it doesn't matter really how that plays out, what that looks like. The karma will just be turning. So it's kind of odd to explain, but Spirit was working with this concept. We were working on this concept heavily while I was there, and it was like I was thinking, wow, how can we sort of get this across? So let's clear in the throat chakra. So the conversation of the deeper oppressive energies they do still stand, and they have, and it's almost like this sort of infection that just travels. Okay, sure, it started right there, but it moved, right there, but then it moves through the body. Okay, it finds its way to sort of continue to survive. The question is, how do we literally, flip the frequency, right? And this is, I feel, by way of us, also as a lightworker community, let's clear in the throat chakra. This is in consciousness. This is a very abstract message, but it is what it is. Maybe you want to watch this video a few times over. There's definitely like different ways in which, I feel like Spirit wants to communicate certain things to certain people. But anyways, one second here. So, all right. Yeah, it's kind of in the astral body and the astral realm as well, but for some of you it may actually be in terms of, take it as you will, but this oppressive energy has found its way to subsist. So in some way we can say what is oppressive in any capacity. It's clear it down the back. And I saw this personally when I was in Boston traveling. I was feeling the oppressive energies, and guys, I repeat, I am not a religious person. I when I was younger, okay, I actually loathed my Hebrew class. Okay, I didn't want to go to Hebrew school. All right, I in general, I'm just not a fan of like the mass congregations. Like, like, oh yeah, you just need to do this. Like, why? It's like, well, just because you need to. No. Yeah, that is something that, oh yeah, just because like that's the way it is. It's like, no, we have to question that. What do you mean that's the way it is? Yeah, what's the way, and what's, who said the yeah, let's vote again, honey. Yeah, what's the, let's clear the energy around the throat chakra. We have to really backpedal and backtrace, and like many people are not comfortable with doing that because it's like, but a lot of that is assumed, that, it's because, everyone is doing, like, the same thing because it's the right thing. No, not necessarily. Now, let's clear it. Okay, now, personally, though, when I was in Boston, it was like, guys, my fucking Uber driver, to the reptilian hairdresser, it was so karmic. First of all, we were staying on this street, Temple Street. I didn't even realize that. Okay. It was just the synchronicities, and to preserve, the privacy, okay. to some degree, okay, to some level. We won't say the further details, but if you knew, like, the details are just very interesting. Like, if you could hear it, it's just, I wish, okay. Anyways, so, let's clear it. We're staying on Temple Street. This weirdo Uber driver. Yeah, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna call you out. Okay? Yeah, let's clear it in the throat chakra. He was totally strange, guys. He was let's clear it. Let's throat chakra. He was a reptilian. The most reptilian of and to the point where he was ready to call it out. Like, practically, like, hey, I'm a reptilian, by the way. It's like, I literally, no, but yeah. And so, anyways, okay, I won't go to the details, but it was very obvious, and we got into this whole conversation about aliens, and so-called humans and so-called aliens, and anyways, he was being really derogatory, guys, and those moments when, like, you could tell someone's trying to bring in a weird vibe in the conversation to try and lower your vibration. Yep. Anyways, you guys, I'm not religious yet again, but he was saying, and it wasn't just what he was saying, it was it was the vibe, right? The way, So he was like, right before, and he was like asking all these weird personal questions. Anyways, I'm like, dude, hey, step into your lane, Yeah, let's clear it. It's like those creepy, like, clingy, want to be all up in your business kind of energies. Yeah, let's clear it. So he was like, so right before I picked you up, there was this person by the name of Kike, and they kept canceling their canceling their ride, and he was like, And I was like, what? Guys, I don't even know what that is. I did not even know what that means. And so, anyways, the whole vibe, you know, it was a very particular thing, okay? And after that point, I mean, it was just making very obvious, like, and everyone in the city was treating me, like, so horribly. Like, while I was there, I'm telling you. Everyone, and it was a prejudice. It was but latently, guys, energetically. Now, this is where we have to say oppression. I mean, that exists across the board, right? In history, the point is not necessarily like the way it happens, where it happens, but it is the oppressive energy itself, right? I mean, you happens between two people. It can happen as well between two countries. So it is that it's the oppressive energy. Okay, yeah, and this is not over this, but it is coming through a different lens. So yeah, where it's not, let's say, I'm not talking about religion openly here today. I'm not feeling that there is still the energy of the oppressive energies in the past, like, and I saw it so clearly, like, that this conversation is not over, because when I realized the association, okay, yeah, it's like, yeah, and he was being really, yeah, I don't even want to give him airtime, guys. That's why I'm like, I don't even want to talk about the details, because it's just so nonsense. But the point is that the oppressive, whoever in what capacity, realize that we are ascending throat chakra. We're not aware of their frequency as holding value any longer. Yeah, no, maybe at a certain point in time, we were aware of their projected desire for themselves to be relevant and valuable, to hold value, okay? But no, they're not. And let's clear down the back. And so they realize that we're also incredibly protected. So let's clear. Now, what do we want to get back to? So this is about your decision as a consumer. Things will flip, guys. Things will flip so hardcore as we shift out of, okay, these conversations. And yes, and specifically when it comes to matters of how you operate in society, sometimes again we feel like it's like random. Let's go to the throat chakra. Yeah, but my question is, and I had, guys, I felt like I was like, yeah, I was on vacation, but like, guys, I was freaking working. Okay, like the people I was coming into contact with, who were acting very shady, like, you know, they're holding like a nefarious energy signature. I had to correct them. Yeah, like these people were so rude and like just looking down on you, like for no reason, like absolutely no reason. Okay, yeah, it's much more for them than it is for you. Okay, yeah, interacting with these people now. Yeah, and it's, yeah, so it's clear. Yeah, yeah. I almost wish I kind of vlogged it, because it was so, one day we'll maybe make a movie about this. Yeah, the whole journey, because it's just like, it's such a moment, like, and it was just so, I don't want to say random, but like random. Okay, yeah, like, why would you come in at this point in time and start treating like a light worker like that? And or let's clear on the throat chakra, let's clear it on the right side of the body, entirely. Why would you come and treat someone who is, I'm hearing again, like a light worker of the light like that? And that is the turning point. Like, it was even to the point, guys, like, and I know that this is something energetic and it's not just, let's say, the city of Boston, but you guys feel free to share, okay? Yeah, your take on this. Because, I mean, it was from the Uber to the hairdresser too. It's like as if they were just pinned in and into their little grid surrounding me. Yeah, trying to like just like make a point to like, yeah, let's clear, to even what was it? Yeah, the disturbing, like, yeah, like, hey, can I sample this? First of all, she's like totally like turned her head. She knows I'm sitting right there. She's acting like she has something more important to do. Honey, you're working there right now, right? I mean, why are you being like rude? You know, it's like, and nobody was in line. Nobody else was there. She just has her head fully turned, wearing her Burberry sunglasses. Okay, let's clear. Whatever it is, yeah. Well, we said sunglasses. You take it as you will. We see you. You can put your glasses on. We feel it. We don't need to look in your third eye. Ugly. Let's clear it. Okay, before we get really heated, guys, I feel like Spirit is just like wanting to bring out so much, but I don't know if it's the right video. Okay, thank you so much, Ava, for your dear super chat. Love and light. Thank you for tuning in here to you. Now, yeah, like, she's working at this ice cream parlor, and sometimes you're like, okay, maybe she's just like in a vibe. Oh no, honey, this is them communicating on another level. Now, this is not just her. It's it's her frequency. And that's what I started to get down to. Like, these are not humans, guys. These are not people. They're frequencies. All right. So when we're interacting with them, that's the point now, okay? Because in the past, this is where society integrates, and I hope this is clear because I feel like there's a lot going on right now, and there are a lot of visions and vibes, but we are operating society, but we are changing. So thereby it's not as it has been, and we should not take it as, oh yeah, like I'm a light worker and I have to be sort of, in my own space, even in hiding. No. This is the time, I feel personally, where we will be bringing forth a space of conversation about how we want to live in society as light workers. We shouldn't feel like it's the other way around, like, in businesses, in that, yeah, those of the shadow still hold power and prestige. I'm hearing that supposedly when it comes to businesses. Now, that's clear, and that's why it's important for us to remember that we make a difference with every decision we make as a consumer. Let's clear the throat chakra and the third eye. Yeah, so now for some, okay, now anyways, she was like looking at me. I'm like, hey, can I test yeah, just like one of the ice cream flavors here, and she just like assumed, guys. She just like picked up like a cup for the ice cream. She was like, yeah, do you want large or small? I'm like, no, I said I want to test it. Like, okay, like you're just ready to just, yeah, yeah. But then again, it comes down to this point, okay, of the financial energy, right? It's like, yeah, why would you want to, like, make sure like that this is what this person actually wants, not just like, yeah. Okay, so anyways, I'm like, she's like, oh, okay, she's not even talking. She's like rolling her eyes practically. She gives me a sample, guys, acting like I am nothing but whiskers. Okay, she like took like this little scooper and like shaved. I mean, I literally looked at her and I laughed. Okay, I was like, no, and this is where spirit wants to call it out. Okay, yeah, sometimes people are like, they have no. They're like, yeah, okay, this person's being completely also discriminatory to me, and they're being, rude, even if it is the fact that I'm a consumer. You're discriminating to me, yeah, towards myself, because I am a consumer, okay? And you are who now? The so-called owner? Yeah, we gotta expose this, you guys. This is much more than just like, yeah, I bring, yeah, my business here, It's clear, and it's much more of an energetic and a cultural conversation as well, the culture and the ethics of consumerism. So who gives you the right to be a business owner if that's how you're going to treat people? Okay, yeah, so let's clear and how you're going to conduct business. So let's go and throat chakra, right? Would she treat someone like that if they had to pay for the sample now? If they had to pay for how much of the sample she would give them? Please, you guys, this is where we have to expose it. Now, anyway, and get really clear on, like, also, I mean, I actively served it right back to her. I served it right back to her. I was like, wow, this is so small. Like, and I literally pointed it out because they think that they can get away with that. You're not getting away with that. It's not about the sample, guys. It's about the vibe, the sample of her behavior. Okay, yeah. So, and anyways, so but these people, they're entities, right? Now, anyways, she gives me this like little shred, and I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah, can I want to push it. You gonna treat me like that? I'm gonna push it. I'm gonna milk it with you. Okay. Yeah, can I actually taste that other one right over there? Oh, little it's like, I looked at her, I was like, wow, I can't really even taste it. Yeah, and she's just like, oh my god, guys. Anyways, and I'm like, okay, yeah, let's try another. She's like, oh no, you can only do 2. That's not a rule, guys. That's no rule, please. 2 what? You didn't give me practically 1. This is not about the sample, guys. This is about the energy. I repeat, trolls want to come in. Well, I worked in this is no excuse to be, yeah, that was just a pure disrespect. And she's not even like, guys, this is not about her being Bostonian or whatever. Okay, this is more about the grid. Okay, yeah, it's not about the place and the culture. We have to get past that, or even the religion or whatever it is. It's about the grid and the energy. So anyways, then it's like, wait till we get to the, then she probably thought, oh yeah, she's not gonna even buy anything. Can I please have a small, okay, of the one that you didn't let me test and taste out? Good. Thank you. Let's clear. Okay, then when we move to the cash register. Okay, then I'm standing there. Okay, I'm like, yeah. Then the tip page comes up, and I'm like, How do I, yeah, what's the button where when you don't want to tip? Nothing, 0. Yeah, which one? Which one? She was like, well, if you want to tip, you can put the green button. I said, no, no tip. Yeah. Okay, the red button. Yeah, okay. You need to understand. These people need to get it, okay? Yeah, that this is not favored. Okay, and sometimes the thing that really irritates me most is like when people know that people are mistreating them, okay, in terms of business, and they don't say shit. They're no, like when, let's say, service is not good, you need to communicate. Okay, this is something very particular. That's not the only place, guys. That's not the only context, not the only conversation, it's not the only place, okay? Yeah, same thing when I got, yeah, so anyways, a lot of different scenarios, but I have no shame, okay? Yeah, I have no shame. When you are truly here in the light, you're here good for someone, doing something, yeah, of the light, hey, this is the businesses that we should be supporting, but it's because it's not a business, right? It's an energy space, and it's contributing to the light and empowering others. So, yeah, it's like, otherwise, like, this is an infection. Why are we letting this just grow here? You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter if it's a business. So you guys, this is a lot. We're gonna come back later on. Let's clear on the throat chakra. We'll reconnect on certain concepts further. I think that it's easy to just say that, well, you know, yeah, because yeah, the dark can definitely masquerade through marketing as well. So it's important to question how you feel wherever, no matter where you are at, and with the products that you consume, right? And I know that can be very challenging, but there's a lot of the psychology there, and yeah, of appreciating something that is like kind of like not actually also good for you. I mean, that is a whole nother conversation. Yeah, like yeah, the companies that are producing things that they know are not good for people, we'll get to that at some point, but let's clear it. Yeah, yeah, well, okay, Spirit is not messing around. Shit, Spirit is very, very serious about this. Well, North Node and Taurus. So, but yeah, guys, give me your feedback on this. This is an interesting next series of, yeah, sort of waves of epiphanies, and it's not a huge surprise though. Yeah, with all this Pisces energy, it's also where we're going to be illuminating the past history, and yeah, also the expectations, right? As a body, as a community of light bearers, what is it that we bring to the table? What is it that we expect to be brought as well? And what does it feel right to be in a space that's balanced? Okay, so that's something really important to point out. Yeah. I'm hearing covert narcissism, yeah, techniques and tactics, right, in businesses, because businesses can take, it's really no different, guys, than, yeah, for some reason Spirit really wants it hounded out. This is no different than one person with one person, right? Businesses that are truly successful, they'll operate with you as one-on-one, a person to a person, okay, through their marketing, through the people that, yeah, so you have to kind of see it as like, do I feel manipulated with this business? No, really, yeah. Is this something that is inspiring me to feel like I am making decisions as well that are in the light for myself, right? This is where we have to just really kind of hold the light space with every situation in our life. And I know right now it's challenging because there is not yet that system that checkmates companies, right? To, yeah, and we're not questioning that, like, okay, yeah, it's like, is this lightworker friendly? Are you guys, yeah, what is going on? So this is very interesting, because this is exactly what I wanted to launch. Actually, it was before the channel. It was technically a fashion app, guys, but it was a means by which I wanted to actually expose, okay, in a very sort of natural way, what is really going down behind the scenes. Yeah. For when it comes to social media though, and like people who are popular, like, can we actually see like really what's going on like behind the scenes with your full lifestyle? Like, what, yeah, and is that really something that, yeah, like, what is actually what? And so and obviously a space to support and empower companies that are doing things that are in the light for people. So this is the next wave, guys. Yeah, no longer is it going to be that, oh yeah, they're just very like popular and like the marketing is great. But yeah, no. And by the way, I just found out that Blue Bottle's owned by Nestle. Yeah, and so that's very interesting. Yeah, so let's clear the energy and ground. The marketing's marketing. It does not always equate to the conversation that's actually being had behind doors. And obviously places can change as well, right? I mean, when did they advertise that Blue Bottle's now owned by Nestle? Yeah, so this is where we have to question, we have to really provoke and um, look out for ourselves ultimately, but also empower ourselves when coming to the point of decision making, right? Yeah, so, and it does bring up the concept of slavery as well. Okay, we are not enslaved consumers. We are not like hypnotized. Okay, yeah, when it comes to consumption. And I know this may be a really abstract message, but we have to really think of it like that. Like, when I am living my life and yearning for the things that I'm yearning for, wanting the things I'm wanting, who is it that has placed that conversation to begin with? What does it stand for? Right. So let's clear the throat chakra and the third eye and the crown chakra, especially. Yeah. Yeah. So because you do have a role to play when it comes to where you're at. I'm hearing it like that as well, and who you choose to bring right the conversation to further to have it themselves. So how do we say this? Yeah, I know it's super abstract, guys, but maybe again you want to watch it a few times over. Every time you watch a reading, it may sort of give further insights and context. At least for myself, I know that to be the case, and I do watch the readings over and the channel messages because we're all here as one as well, of course. But let's go into our yeah. In other words, okay, if somebody is, they'll say they're a business owner and they're not in the light, right? It's like, yeah, it's up to you to kind of also kind of call it out and say that it does matter that you're not in the light. Just because you're producing a certain product, okay, just because, yeah, that doesn't mean that you have the right to do that, because the currency should be energy and the currency should be your ethics, right? Yeah, because otherwise it's like, yeah, what are we contributing to? And so where you don't question, they don't question. If you question, it's like boycotting, guys. It's like, yeah, I mean, it's because the business is there. It's because the business is appropriate. It's because nobody's questioning it, right? So if you think about, yeah, if you want something to change and you don't approve of something, know that you have the power, okay, to change the conversation there. The trouble comes when businesses and companies, first of all, if it's addictive, that's number one, because then they're automatically not causing you to question because you're already craving. Okay, let's clear down the left side of the body entirely. That's why the industries that promote products that are addictive are Machiavellian, absolutely, and they need to be called out. Okay, but number two, when the marketing is so good, okay, yeah, and if this is again not your message, you can check out. If you're wanting to just live in Dunkin' Donut world, I don't know, guys, live in light, but Spirit really wants to call that out as well. Okay, yeah. Interestingly, Dunkin' Donuts is like, it's like the mascot of Boston, I think. Let's go and throw. Listen, guys, I'm not saying anything. I love Boston. I'm telling you, but it's some kind of a grid work, energy question, right? Let's go and throw chakra. Yeah, and okay, so and even yeah, so the point is, okay, yeah, that's number one. Number two is when the marketing can be, guys. Let's make it like this. For the longest time, okay, when I was choosing a major in college, I was like, wow, you know what? I feel like I really love marketing. Okay, but I knew in my heart, I'm like, I don't want to do marketing for this random sake of marketing. Like, if I create my own product, okay, and I'm connected to that product, and I feel that I really believe in that product, okay, then yeah, I would want to do marketing. But I don't want to do marketing just for some random business who's just gonna, I mean, no, why? Yeah, it's about ethics. So marketing is not necessarily okay in the light, and that's where we have to really think, what is marketing, and why are we also still receptive to marketing? I'm hearing it like this. Ooh, interesting. Yeah, because it can be extremely deceiving, right? Like, yeah, so that's where we have to question, because marketing, if we think about it, if not used in the proper light, seeks to replace our question, okay, of why it is that we would engage in that act. I'm hearing that as well. I feel like this is a lot of past life energy as well. Yeah, but it's mirrored. This is where we say the past life energy does not disappear. It comes in another form. So here we are at this point in time. It's very important. I would be very curious to know what in history is mirroring what's happening right now with these particular transits, especially Mars squaring the nodes. Yeah, well, North Node and Taurus. I mean, it makes sense, guys, especially because Mars is conjunct Saturn, squaring the nodes. Yes. Saturn, all about businesses, and same with Taurus. So this is about, yeah, we got to really ask ourselves why it is that we also want what we want. Is this something that we have been taught to want? I'm hearing it like this. So it's about getting back into our energetic light body. I'm hearing our impulses as light bringers. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. And also, yeah, let's go the bravery to call it out, not just in terms of like, yeah, I'm into like light work, but I operate as a light worker in society, and I'm not afraid to call that out and say, you know what? I don't want your product. Okay, yeah, if you're gonna be, yeah. So let's clear in the throat chakra. This goes in tandem with last night's message. Yeah, absolutely. And I feel, let's clear in the throat chakra, yeah. It's going to be a lot more of like, you know what? I have the power as a consumer. The worst thing is feeling like you're not making a decision and someone else is making a decision for you as a consumer indirectly, like feeling pressure to buy something that you, yeah, that's, yeah. So it's about remembering that you are an empowered consumer, okay? And you make your decisions, okay, at the end of the day. And it is karmic. So, yeah, it's not it's not like, oh yeah, we just like bought that thing and no one knows and it is what it is. Even from you to yourself, right? Yeah, because why should anybody get in the middle of that conversation? So let's clear in the throat chakra. Yeah, so I think it's gonna be more a question of like, also like, is it even necessary? Right? Because yeah, let's clear it. There are a lot of things that are marketed to like be necessary, but they're actually not. And I listen, guys. I am in love with consumerism. I personally am. I like buying stuff. I'm not gonna lie. I love buying stuff. 44, right there on the clock. I am in love with textures and feels and ideas and innovation, and I love Korea, guys. I love Seoul. I loved being there. All of the stimulation. But this is a point I feel that Spirit wants to bring forward is like, let's clear it down, let's have money. What is the meaning behind it? Okay, so we'll see in the next readings. It is controversial and possibly, when it comes to just changing the pattern, right, of how it is we operate as a consumer. I hear that again. So this is maybe sometimes when we do the channel messages, it's like in the moment you're like, huh, like, huh. It's like, but then just wait maybe a few weeks, and this message may come through very strongly, more so as we move with this North Node in Taurus. This will hold, So let's clear it over time. Taurus. Now, the real challenge is for those who are in contracts, okay? It's one thing to be like, yeah, I can take my money elsewhere. Yeah, I can take my business elsewhere. But those who are in contracts, okay, even in terms of real estate, those who are landowners or however it is, and there are people on your property that you are realizing, you know what, I don't want, just because they're willing to pay me, I don't want this person, okay, on using the land for such things. Like, I don't know what that's alluding to, but it's getting controversial. Yeah, because these are the bigger conversations that are happening, but then there's also, the contractual sort of matters here at hand that need to be also squared away technically, and it's getting quite political. I don't know what that's alluding to, but it sounds like there's a lot going on with that. Let's clear it, but with like big systems. I'm hearing Siegfried. I don't know. Let's clear. Something is complicated. I hear that it's getting controversial. So because you may know like what you want, and that could be a metaphor, guys. Like maybe it's a marriage. Maybe again, that's what we said. Where there's emotion and finances involved. Maybe you're realizing for some of you, maybe you want to get a divorce. I don't know. This is an example, and this message should never make you feel worried. Okay, never. Lightworkers, starseeds, we're never here to make you feel concerned about your life path. You're always guided. This message is to confirm what you already feel. So, so let's go. Some of you, no. This is complicated because you already see. Now, for some of you, it's because you are like friends with someone who's like, I'm hearing like a business owner, okay? Who gives a shit? Listen, if they are not, if they're appropriating conversations that are, I'm hearing highness to you, I'm hearing it as highness, wow. Okay, where you walk away, you're just like, I can't believe he just said that. Get awkward. It's a great time to get awkward. Yeah, no, get awkward. But you gotta make your decision. Always take a legal approach if you need to. But personally, I don't care. I've been like, I've made it extremely awkward with people who I gave them a chance, and let's go ahead and throw it. I gave them not only a chance, but I gave them my time, my energy, my resources, and then when I deemed that it was not a fair balance, and it ultimately was not empowering, I stepped out. And I don't care if I see you on the street and we bump into each other. You need to realize that that was not a good move. So you need to get kind of brave when it comes to also like community work, and know that you're guided. If you step away from someone who has a huge network but they're not in the light, just know that, yeah, you have a much bigger story here. So thank you guys for tuning in. You'll always be guided. And money is not money, guys. It's about energy. Pursue what feels like it is in the light for you, okay, personally. Not like, oh yeah, we're gonna all agree on the terms, and like it's gonna kind of make sense for everyone, and it's not gonna really be right for me though. Then, I mean, what goes up comes down. That's gonna be addressed eventually later down the line, and it's not gonna disappear as a conversation. If anything, it could turn to resentment. And anyways, your guides will eventually make that conversation clear. I'm hearing it like this. So that might be a very particular message for someone. It's like you're signing a contract, but the terms are not right for you. Personally, why are we even signing the contract? To begin with, you always take it as you will. Yeah, but it has to really make sense for you, because why are you any less than another, okay? And if it is not the right thing, maybe it's the right so-called thing or the right conversation, but it's not the right time, okay? Yeah, wait until there's a better time. Question why it is that you're doing what you're doing right now at this time. I'm hearing that as well. Personally, I wouldn't make any huge business deals until the North Node moves out of Taurus. North Node in Taurus is going to bring up the karma, okay, yes, where there has been manipulation, okay, in the conversation of, yeah, I'm hearing duplicity, interesting. Duplicity, okay. Yeah, but I'm seeing that as like contracts. So how do we say, like, yeah, because of Scorpio South Node. Let's go through a chakra. Yeah. For some of you, there are shady ass people who had certain contracts here. Maybe they had certain pieces of land. They were not, okay, yeah, really right with what they were doing with that. And so, personally, I wouldn't do any like huge like real estate investment moments here with the North Node in Taurus, with the South Node in Scorpio. I would let the shit hit the fan, let the contracts fall out where they need to. You're gonna find a lot of businesses falling out of business. Okay, yes, and that we can say that that's also marriages. Okay, a lot of people who, if the contract was not set with the proper intention energetically, it's gonna fizzle out. Okay, so, yeah, and so. This is what Spirit is bringing forward. Like, personally, I would wait until, again, North Node clears out. That's going to be, I think it's December. It's a while, guys, but if you're not in a rush, yeah, let it just, this is where the really strong sort of, like, the karmic energies related to the injustice, but I'm hearing the so-called justice system will be brought up. Yeah, where the money and I'm hearing family is overlapping. I'm hearing that specifically. I don't know what that's alluding to. Let's clear it. Let's go into our chakra. It's like, I'm hearing, well, I should do this, but I can't do that. Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, this is the past though, guys. So just watch, like, businesses that are not in the light, they're gonna crumble. And this includes like landlords. Yeah. So if you are like feeling as well that you're not really like feeling the terms are right for you, I personally would wait it out. And yeah, just keep moving into your zone, into your space, and just kind of see like what it is that you are ready for, okay? And that takes you being one with your story and not necessarily getting like another opinion. You don't need to like ask like, someone very particular, like, what do you think about what feels right to me? I'm hearing that specifically. I don't know, maybe even like, I'm hearing mortgage bank, mortgage firm. I don't know, guys. Never bought a house. I'm not sure how this works, but I'm hearing that right there. Yeah, it's like down payment. It's like if something feels like too much pressure, guys, like, yeah, I don't know. I would really just sort of like, right, let's clear it. Because who knows, like, that company may even just like crumble. Yeah, it's like you're the one holding up the karma kind of vibe. It's like, but maybe that's what's meant to be, but the point of you knowing what's right is you feeling it out and seeing what you're feeling is right. Yeah, because contracts, they hold an energy signature, and so yeah, let's clear it and throw sugar. So, but some of you are like dealing with like another person who wants something. It's like, oh man, I don't know. Let's clear the energy. Like, maybe you guys are buying a house together. I don't know what that's about, guys. Or a property. So this has been coming through, or something like a business. I would wait, guys, like, because, yeah, I would personally, let's go to the throat chakra, let's go to the right side of the body. Something is not the right time, maybe. This reminds me of the Leo reading, the Gemini reading we did outdoors with the impromptu astro chat video, yeah, with the Leo that we were saying wait until August. So something really, really big may come through in August. If I feel this is a big conversation, like maybe involving like, yeah, these are big plans. I'm hearing running. I don't know, running. I'm hearing that. Okay. Let's clear it. I mean, yeah, we say business, we say plot of land, but it can be a metaphor as well. Like this could be a bunch like broader conversation. Even we could be talking about countries here, right? But anyways, let's clear the energy. So I would personally wait until August is what I'm hearing. Okay, I wouldn't go anywhere too fast, too far. I'm hearing that as well. Yeah, because this is when a lot of businesses are getting their karma. So you just kind of like see how it goes. I'm hearing it like this, like watch what they do. I'm hearing that as well. If they're gonna fold and they're gonna collapse, like maybe you ought to just watch it happen. Like no need to save them. I'm hearing that kind of vibe. I don't know. Maybe some of you are investors. Something. Yeah, you're starting to realize like this is not in the light. Like, and it's. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. I'm hearing that. Maybe at a certain point, like, this is your friend or something. They're like, can you save my business, bro? It's like, please, like, it's like, let's clear it. But then you're like, yeah, they're like, come on, please, like, I'm about to, like, collapse. It's like, you gotta find a way. Like, so this is, yeah, not about buying out someone else's karma. I'm hearing that. Or somebody else's collapse. Sit back and watch. And, yeah, I feel like once this North Node in Taurus clears, when we are in August, more so, the season of Leo, we will find a lot more of what we're looking for. I'm hearing that as well when it comes to consumer decisions. I'm kind of interested to see the astrology of August. Let me get the ephemeris really quickly, guys. Oh, man. Give me a second, guys. I want to grab the ephemeris. Yeah, but there's some pressure maybe because also it's a social decision. I don't know why it would be one, but there's some kind of pressure, like, but he's like my family. I'm hearing that. Oh man, it's like you got family involved, and then you have like finances, but then you also have like your future and like what you're doing. Oh man, like your financial forecast. Like, but for somebody, this is a huge company or even like a whole community. And a decision that you make is definitely guiding, okay, where this conversation is going. And there's a moment where you say, well, you know what? I know that this is not what the majority wants to hear. I'm hearing that as well. Or in terms of who holds, I'm hearing the most share. But this is what I need to make as a decision, you know, for my own story. Because otherwise, like, you're like, I cannot live with myself knowing that this is sort of like what I'm participating in. Like, I feel like someone's about to make a huge investment there, and this can change. This is going to change the course of a lot of different conversations here, but it's like, you know, and this is going to be something almost like semi-permanent. Maybe it's going to be one of the largest decisions financially in terms of investment, even of their portfolio, of their career. And let's clear it. This is something getting extremely. I'm hearing government. I'm hearing this is getting extremely down to the wire. It's so funny because we're literally trying to unwire. Okay, I'm hearing the mask. Maybe you work for a large company, you want to expose something. I'm hearing that as well. I don't know what that's about for everybody, but yeah. Let's get this ephemeris powered up, guys. I know I'm looking very cave girl right now. Guys, Spirit was like, and we're on. It's like, really right now? All right, all right. It's all good. I'm happy to. I love Astro Live chatting, but yeah, sometimes I feel like it's interesting because like technically we are doing also, yeah, it is what it is, but welcome to the channel. It's just the channel and we do all kinds of different things on here. But the important thing is that it is channeled, and this is a light worker, starseed message. Let's clear in this throat chakra. Yeah, some of you, these are your friends even. For some of you, it's your followers. You're like, well, I'm going to take the business in a new direction. I'm hearing that. It's like, yeah. Yeah. For some, no, but for some of you, this is a huge, this is in terms of there's a lot of, there are assets involved here. I see something being shifted over. It's for some of you, maybe it's a buyout, a sellout, I don't know, you take it as you will. But yeah, it's like, well, after this, like, I'm hearing negotiation. There's no real, like, re-strategizing. Like, I'm hearing Greystone. I'm hearing Maddox. This came through in another astro live. Which one was it? I'm hearing let's clear it on the back. Master. Oh, let's clear it in the crown chakra. Some of you, I see a Penske moving truck. Some of you, this has to do with like a huge load of assets. Okay, now what? For how many of you do you know what this is? Or is it resonating? Do you know what this is relating to for you personally? Because I feel like this is obviously broader society as well. What is broader society? This is the government, I feel, as well. Definitely big companies. But you guys, there are companies about to fold. They are going to absolutely, but they're gonna play it like, oh, we're like kicking and thriving, like full swing. Oh, sure we are. You know, it's like I'm hearing why is absolutely everything on sale, including all of the new products. That's clear. So, but maybe you are an investor. I don't know, guys. There's a lot of poker face here. Yeah, being played with like. Let's get back to it though. I'm hearing manager. Oh, it's your modeling agency. Interesting. I got you. Interesting. Yeah. Yeah, guys. And these are possibly places that were super like well known or successful. It's like, yeah. Yeah. That's clear. But all I can say is that once North Node clears from Taurus, clears from this Taurus season, well, I mean, life will not be the same, okay, commercially, like, but no, like, yeah, it's gonna be different, very different, and it's clear. So, let's take a look at August. Clear through chakra. The first thing that pops up, Venus trine Neptune, very interesting. Mars square Saturn. Ooh, guys, I literally flipped to a so-called random date, August 7th, 2022. We were saying, and right now, right, yeah, if you're making a huge financial-based decision right now, like a huge financially oriented, I feel like I'm hearing Glover. I hear Glover. That's actually the name of a neighborhood in DC. I don't know. It's a very message, but I looked outside and I just could have sworn I saw a huge oil tank truck. You know, like the ones that are on the highway with they're carrying the oil. Yeah, I'm seeing that. It's clear. I see a guy walking through it, and he's wearing a full construction outfit. It's clear in throat chakra. Now, so anyway, yeah, let's clear. Some of you, like, it's weird. I'm seeing a taxi cab right there. I feel like I was just talking about this the other day. Like, I haven't seen a real taxi cab for like a while now. That makes me think of obviously Uber. So take it easy. Let's clear in the throat chakra. So what are we looking at? It says today, Sunday, August 7th, 2022, Mars square Saturn. We literally are saying if you're making a big decision in terms of finances, okay, financial decisions, I'm hearing opportunities. I'm hearing op-ed. Maybe it's even, I'm hearing it's related to an institution. Mars square Saturn. This is funny because it's very interesting because right now, as we're talking about this, as we speak, Mars is conjunct Saturn. So we will go into that exact square on August 7th. So, well. Okay, and Venus trining Neptune on that very same day, Venus ruling assets, right? It's very, very interesting. Let's clear. Venus just moved into Pisces, where it is exalted. Let's get the chart. On this day, wow, the time, 11:44, interesting. 11:44, let's clear the chart. Exact. Someone is looking at your, for some of you, I'm hearing your property. For some of you, they're looking at your agency, I'm hearing that. They're looking at, someone is thinking of selling something or they want to give it to you. I'm hearing that gifting, lending, borrowing, I'm hearing owning, I don't know. Okay, we talked about this, how someone has been watching you and they may give you a sort of pseudo opportunity around this time, even in the last month, March, okay, February, something may have come through and then you denied it. You're like, no, thank you. In August, there may be this may resurge. This may reappear. For some of you, there's something awkward about this though, because there's a question of like, I feel this is related to the public, but I feel like this is also obviously, I mean, as above, so below, micro, macro. What's happening in the public is happening on a private scale with yourself as well, always, right? More one-on-one with yourself. There's something here. I'm here. There's a big decision, but you're involved, but in some way, I don't know. Okay? Maybe your company's buying, it's getting bought out, or it's something, someone's selling. It's going to affect you personally. I'm hearing that is what I'm hearing. So the question is, like, what are you going to do here? There's a decision you've got to make. Sun in Leo. Let's clear it. Yeah, for sure. Ooh. Let's get some letter charms on that. The letter charm bag is like literally right here. Spirit, what is, I'm hearing Oxford. I'm hearing Ox. I'm hearing Maddox again. I'm hearing that. I don't know. N-E. I'm hearing that song. Anyone find me someone to love. I'm hearing that. N-E-E-Z. L. Something is going to be revealed, guys, about a company. I feel like, yeah, there's something huge, though. We have L-I-M. I just thought of limo right there. We were just talking about, we have lima. It's like lima bean. We have lime as well. We have tea. Let's clear it. I. Time. I'm hearing New York Times. We have limit. We spelled limit. So yeah, take it as you will, guys. These are the letters that have come through. We also have light. We have M-A. We have maze. We have might. We have New Zealand. Well, you take it as you will, but I'm hearing New Zealand. Yeah, New Zealand. NZ. MA. I'm hearing Lithuania. I'm hearing that. Let's learn. Maize. That's corn. M-A-I-Z-E. Yes, maize, corn. Well, this takes us straight to the conversation about, you know what, GMOs. Let's clear it. So what's that about? E-N-T. Let's clear it. We also have night. We have tile. We have 10. Oop. 10. We have Lent. We have lint. We have N-I-N-T. For some, oh my, M-A-I means in Italian, like never. We have tie. We have lie. We have Nelly. We have zine, like a magazine. Something is, yeah, this is, didn't we just say the New York Times? Yeah. For some, let's clear. We have Till, T-I-L. Let's clear. This is gonna be something kind of like huge, though, I feel, whatever this is. We have lat. We have tan. We have Nile. We have LA. I'm here. We almost have Zimbabwe. We have tin. We have tal. I'm hearing tally. Like the tally, the count, but also tally, like tally-ho. Tally-ho. We have tail. We just spelled tail. So I'm hearing win. I think that's the name of a hotel in Vegas. I'm hearing New York, though. Interesting. Something about New York can be. It's clear. We have ein. I think that means, oh, LA Times, interesting. Ein means, it's in Hebrew, it's a word. I think it means, something, is it I? It means I. It's clear. Now, anyways, We have IM. That makes me think of like IM Messenger online. We have Alt. Interesting, like the computer Alt Shift key, the Alt Shift key. Something, yeah, like something will be shifted out, guys. Like easy. We have easy. I'm hearing easy pump. Like something, or easy pass, is it when you're on the highway? Anyway, so yeah, there's something that's going to be shifted around. I'm hearing Groundhog's Day. We spelled name. Maybe the name of a company will change, but whatever this is, like, it's going to shift a lot of things out. The Neiman Marcus website just popped up here. Take it as you will. That could be a very critical message. Just clear it. Yeah, that dog barking. So yeah, but I feel like you're going to be able to get like a much better deal with something here than you were able to get in the past. Groundhog's Day. Be a metaphor, let's see. February 2nd, so maybe something did go down on February 2nd. It says Groundhog's Day is a popular North American tradition observed in the United States and Canada on February 2nd. So for some of you though, this is like something about a plot of land. It's like, this is gonna get karmic. Like whatever was owed, and we said whatever has been owed will be brought back. Yeah, you took the land, you're gonna have to give it back. Okay, the iPad literally just died right then. Wow. Let's get back to letter charms. We have ale. Is that like beer? We have 9 as well spelled out. 9. We have Mitt. I'm hearing Mitt Romney. I don't know. Take it as you will. It could be a very big commitment. It doesn't have to be him directly, but maybe this is a message of something of how you be able to understand what this is relating to. We also, let's clear. Like maybe, for example, you had a conversation with someone about Mitt Romney. Let's clear. Mitt, might, like dust mites. Yeah, for some of you, like there is something here. Okay, we also have min, like minute. For some of you, there's something that will be exposed about someone. It's like, but I feel like someone's about to buy this person out, but like their karma's not good, guys. It's like the hotel has like massive like flea problem. I heard that. We have ite, I-T-E. I don't know what that means. What does that mean? Ite. It's clear. For some of you, this is a business, like, but it's not supposed to be a business, but it is, and like someone else, like they need help. They need you to bail them out or something like that. What? We have M-I-Z. Makes me think of Miss, but like Ms. For some of you, this is related to a plot of land. Somebody wants to buy a plot of land, but they don't want to. It's not in the light. I hear that something is not in the light with that. Something about New Zealand, possibly. Let's clear. Or let's clear. Or I'm hearing Zimbabwe. I keep hearing that. I don't know what that's about. Let's clear. We have Tia as well. Tia. We have T. T-I-A. T. Some of you, you're thinking of moving your business, but like you're concerned. Oh, it was just never charging. Good to know. Okay. Yeah. No wonder it died. For some of you, like, guys, like this is. I'm seeing LA again. Like someone's not able to pay their bills, possibly even I'm seeing that, but it could be a company. For a small number of you, this reminds me of the North Node in Taurus reading for Scorpio, where it was so awkward, like where they got on the boat and they're like, okay, we're gonna like tell everyone once we get off. It's like some people knew about it ahead of time. I don't know. Check it out though, that reading if you do feel guided. We have Zit as well. I'm hearing Neutrogena. That makes me think of their products. Yeah, it's clear. We have MI. Minnesota, Michigan, Missouri, Mississippi. It could be a past life energy. Yeah, but I'm seeing LA, Los Angeles is very specific right there. We have NM, New Mexico, MN as well, Minnesota again. Okay. I'm hearing Minnetonka. This is a channel message. We have IT. So for some, I'm hearing the culture is going to change of a certain industry. So like it's not going to be brick and mortar anymore. I'm hearing that something may go entirely online. This is for some. We almost spelled minor like M-I-N-E-R. Let's clear it. I'm hearing zogote, like zygote, but zogote. I don't know. Z-O-G-O-T-E. Z-O-G-O-T-E. We also have Tez. So yeah, guys, okay, let's get this ephemeris back up. But for some of you, like, there is someone who does, they may, oh yeah, you were thinking of moving your business for some of you. It's clear on the right side of the crown chakra. The place you're at with your business is not random. I'm hearing that. Somebody may offer to buy out where you're at. I'm hearing that as well. Yeah, can I get some clues on that? I'm hearing GE. Yeah, literally then GE. Okay, hold on. Let's look into it. Let's clear it. It may not, this is something, I'm hearing tiger as well. This may not be something that you were even asking for, looking for, okay? Okay, let's get it. We have a GOEO. I'm hearing Goo Goo Dolls just coming through. We have two S's, two O. Yeah, this is 3 duplicates. Someone really wants like your business. I hear that. But then it's like you have to make sure it's the right time. Maybe you're buying and selling. You want to make sure it's the right time. We have an A. We have gas. We spelled gas right there. We got 3 E's. Some of you, I'm hearing gastronomy. It's some kind of food business. Maybe it's a restaurant. We have Gia, G-I-A, Gia. For some of you, we have Sia. This is a lot of maybe people wanting to be involved in something here, but you're wondering if you want to just be private. Maybe you're thinking, should I take on venture capital or should I just go solo? We have ESO, E-S-O, E-S-O. We also have Siege, S-I-E-G-E. Could be a past life energy. Got a honk out there. Let's clear it. Some of you are not sure if this is gonna be, yeah, but I feel like, listen, you'll know. You'll really know, like, almost immediately, I feel, but you always take it as you as a general video. But I feel like in August there's something, like, right now this is not, like, you may have had talks, okay, in February, specifically in March, about whatever this opportunity is. By the way, this is a channel message. And then you were like, I'm not sure. I don't know why this is not, the iPad is not charging. That's kind of odd. That's super odd, yeah. It's sad, guys. You hear the sirens. This is super strange. The iPad is guys, like, I feel this is a red flag a little bit for some. This is in a certain community I'm hearing. It's related to a certain group of people. It's not just one person. It's like a lot of people. Like, you have to read between the lines with this. Like, the signs, okay, of the company early on, like, they stopped giving us, like, the really nice toilet paper. It's like, yeah. Why the lights don't turn on in the office, like, at all hours anymore. It's like, yeah. We have GA, Georgia. We also have EGA. This is, yeah, oh, I'm getting the energy of the North Node, Taurus, Scorpio. It's like, guys, like, why is everyone sort of, like, leaving the company? It's like, yeah, I'm hearing that again. We have Geo. Someone said that, yeah. So, for some, Alien, Frank, thank you so much. Wow, yes, that was in the first part. Wow. So, here's the thing. We have SEO. For some of you, okay, I'm hearing guard. For some of you, I'm hearing protection assets, funding, I don't know. Wait. That, whenever I think of Sagittarius, that reminds me of the readings that are related to the whole Earth, what happens on the Earth. Usually, yeah, let's clear it down the back. But prior to the pandemic, all of the messages that were relating to the pandemic were coming through primarily in the Sagittarius readings. And whenever there's anything really big, like a so-called natural disaster coming through on Earth itself, that's impacting the actual Earth, it comes through in the Sag reading. Like the big fires that were happening in California, the forest fires. So to hear that, I immediately think of the Earth. So this is something possibly affecting a lot of people. We have go, but also go. Something maybe, you know, let's go. This is something related to like an ancient, we have AIG. I was hearing insurance as the phone died there. We said SIG when the phone died. I don't know if it caught it. We have Essie, that's a nail brand. Yeah. We have Goa. That's a place in India. I think it's an island in India. And again, SEO. So, yeah, guys, like, this is something, and earlier someone said geography, very interesting. Yeah, we have geo. We said as well geo. Let's clear it just right before the phone cut. So this is something that's maybe affecting, I'm hearing the whole planet, I'm hearing that, but then also like places around the world, maybe physically the actual Earth. But for some, it's like reminding me of that North Node in Taurus reading with Scorpio, where there was all of this talk. It was the Scorpio North Node Taurus reading. The link is in the bio description box below of every video. You can find that video there. It was like people were getting onto this boat. It's like you don't know unless you're reading between the lines. I thought I said, interesting. I thought I saw Qatar here, QA. Take it as you will. It's an OA. We have EA. That reminds me of the gaming console. We also have AE. Anyways, take it as you will, guys. This is a lot of energy, very interesting. We also have Goose. We have Eyes, but spelled AISE. Could be a past life energy as well, guys. We'll see you in the next videos. Thank you for tuning into you. Bye, guys. Love and